Hey guys, in this video, Maya and I are here at a coffee shop and going to a waterfall, and we thought we would talk a little bit about what is considered rich in the Philippines. Stick around. Here's the coffee shop, by the way. It's called Cicada. Okay guys, so we're like I said, at the Cicada coffee shop, and actually behind us they're having some kind of birthday celebration. You can hear them singing happy birthday.
Birthday to you.
Yeah. So we're on the way to a waterfall, but we thought we'd talk a little bit about what is considered rich in the Philippines, and we'll look at it from a few different angles, but I guess we'll start off by saying that it's kind of a stereotype, but most Filipinos think if they see a foreigner, they just automatically think rich, right?
Yes.
And even though there can be cases like, you know, the guy John from Old Dog, who was so broke he had to have money raised for him to send him back home. But even if you see a Filipino see a foreigner and he's dressed kind of like a slob.
I don't know, but if I see someone that does dress like a slob, I don't think they are rich.
Foreigner or not, right? Yeah, but the majority of Filipinos automatically just look at a foreigner though and think,
Yeah,
he's rich. So.
most Filipinos.
So let's start off with like actual salary. Like how much money would be considered, or like in your opinion, rich? Like on a monthly basis, how many pesos?
For me, if they earn like 100,000 a month or up, I think they are well off. Like they have, especially if you live here and then you get that, which is
Right. So 100,000 pesos, which is around 2,000 US dollars, would be considered
and
rich.
most people who earn 100,000 a month are lawyers, doctors, what else? Judge.
Okay, so
Those are-
higher
yeah.
end positions.
Yes.
Okay. What about if we move on from the money part? Like, what would you expect somebody who's rich to drive? Like, if you,
I would. They would drive cars, like nice cars, Ford, Strada, those cars, those big cars that you see.
like the bigger
Yes.
SUVs
Yeah.
and maybe a truck or something like that.
But
Gotcha.
some people also, most of the rich people are actually not very rich because they are in their salary. Most of their salary goes to their
Car payment.
Yeah, car payments, apartments, nice big house, or their new cell phone, their new iPhone.
So there's
yeah.
a lot of debt. So
Yes.
really, they could be poor very quickly if they lost their job,
Yeah.
which is not that different than the USA or other places too. But yeah.
It's kind of more of like show off, that I have this money, I have this car.
Right.
It means that I'm rich.
Motorbike, like if they're driving a really nice motorbike, people think they're
You're rich.
rich. Okay. And what would you expect somebody who is rich? What type of home? Like
They
Right.
live in a nice house, big house,
big house,
yeah, or apartment. Some rich people just rent apartments,
right?
very nice apartments, drive nice cars.
And the way they dress, do you notice a difference between like somebody who's rich and poor as far as?
Yes, I totally notice. Most of the rich Filipinos like to wear jewelries, like gold jewelries. That
Okay.
means that most of them are really like into jewelries, and they have this nice clothes, nice
Okay.
expensive shoes. So yeah, but you cannot be deceived by it because some people that are struggling too likes to dress up. So
Right.
just to look rich,
True.
some people do that.
You
So
can find
some-
very nice clothes even at
Yeah.
ukai, which is like used or not even. It's not even always used. Sometimes it's
run out. I mean,
overstock or
yeah, overstock. So
Yeah.
they send it here.
so. If a foreigner moves out here, he can expect to be considered because most foreigners probably make around it. Usually, most foreigners have at least 2,000
Yeah.
coming in, so about 100,000 pesos. So you can expect to be looked at as being rich, really. And
Yeah, I think also the lifestyle. If you also here in Dumaguete, most well-off family have lots of properties. They own lots of lands.
right,
They have azucarera, or what do you mean? Is sugar farm or
okay,
coconut farm. Those
Things like that.
yeah, traditional rich family have those.
do most rich families do they usually have like a live-in maid or a yaya or something like that?
Some depends
Some
on
do.
the family, yeah, but most have because of their big house. They need,
Yeah,
they need someone to clean it, or most of the rich people are busy.
right, yeah, working, right,
So,
to
so
pay all their bills.
yeah.
What would be for like a rich person like vacations? Are we talking like Palawan and Boracay and traveling out of the country? Like, and-
Yeah, most of the rich people, what I've noticed is they don't just travel locally; they travel internationally because they can
International.
afford it. But you cannot deceive that too, because
Right.
some people just like very very good in budgeting their money, even if they are just in the middle class middle class level. Not all people who could travel are rich.
Right. Well, I've
Some
known
are just good at saving, and
I've noticed a lot of Filipinos who maybe aren't rich, maybe just regular working class, will sometimes go to a very nice destination, but they will go with like a group of people, and there'll be like 6 people in one hotel room, and they'll be splitting costs, and so yeah, you can't always look at their Facebook posts and see all these nice places that they've traveled to and assume they're rich. They could just be traveling with a big group of people or something. Yeah. So, what would be typical for like an average family? How many? What would be going out to eat like for somebody who's not rich? Jollibee and Chowking and things like that. That would be like a treat.
yeah, like local restaurants here. Yeah,
And if you're
like once a month.
yeah,
After they receive the salary, that would be a treat, or sometimes on a birthday celebration, or middle class family usually.
when I worked in Cebu, I would go to Starbucks every day.
You're rich.
Yeah, I guess I was considered rich. Starbucks every day, but I would see the teachers that I worked with on their payday. Like once a month, they would all go into Starbucks. That would be like a special treat for them to go and get a Starbucks. Like once a month, that was like a big deal for them, to walk around with the Starbucks. And I think it was almost like it's like a status thing, walking around with a Starbucks cup. You know what I mean?
It's a thing, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a thing that if you walk with Starbucks, you're like social, or
Right. Yeah.
you can afford
So.
something.
Yeah.
So I do that too sometimes,
Walk
just
around.
to reward myself. But I don't like Starbucks. I like their fraps, but not the coffee.
Yeah. It's kind of got a little bit of a burnt taste to it.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So yeah, I think that's normal. So if you were like considered low class here, you earn like 15K a month to 20K a month.
15
Just
to
enough,
20K.
yeah, just enough to budget it for the whole month and pay rent, or you have a motorbike that you are paying every month, because most Filipinos that have motorbikes, they actually loan it and they pay it every month,
Right.
like 2,000 a month or something.
And we did a video on what it would be like to live on like 15 to 20K a month, and you can see that video up above. But how about a place like this Cicada little coffee shop? It's not expensive, but it's not. I have noticed like these big groups of
If you look
Filipinos.
at them, they
A lot of times one person will just pay.
yes.
So, would this be if you look at them, you're saying what?
Well, there must be one of them who was paying everything, or two of them is paying everything.
That's kind of normal, right? Because in the U.S. we don't really do that. Everybody just kind of pays their own bill. You know, we're like
Yeah, it's pretty
quick to-
normal here. Like, yeah.
for one or two people to pay
Yeah,
the
like
entire
for
bill.
example, there's an OFW that just came back from the country, and then she was expected to pay for the outing or the dinner dates for the restaurant bill. That's how Filipino thinks, that if you are working away outside of the country, OFW, or you have you earn more money, you are expected to pay more.
So whoever makes the most money is just kind of expected to pay
Yes.
the most. So, okay. Well, we'll kind of end it on that note. We will show you what our breakfast looks like when it comes out here. We ordered breakfast and coffee before we continue over to the waterfall. All right, guys. So our coffee and some food is coming out here. Let's see what we've got here. We're like all the way from the main building there, or the main restaurant there. Let's see. Who will get their food first?
It's yours. It's cappuccino.
No, that's cappuccino. That's you. I didn't order cappuccino.
Oh, you didn't order
Agad na lang, Kevin Bacon naman.
Kevin Bacon.
Pinag-arabic ako.
Kevin Bacon. Rice, garlic rice, scrambled eggs, bacon,
Hot choco ganing.
hot chocolate, and Arabica. Thank you. Got our coffee.
European breakfast.
Hungarian, ma'am.
Hungarian.
Oh, sorry. Alay sa kasi.
That's okay. He'll use his hands.
Worst
Sir.
case? Worst case, ma'am.
He'll use his hands. It's okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The worst case. WURST. Play on words there. And my friend Jason doesn't mind being in videos. That's what he's got. All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and eat our breakfast, drink our coffee, and then off to the waterfall. Thanks, guys, for watching. See you next time.
Come on, groove along. I said, baby, I know you're on a roll. Sweet honey, let's take it